Hey, what's up guys? I'm Tony G. You're watching 1526 Barbecue, and today I'm gonna be cooking my first ever tomahawk steak. Check it out. So to call a ribeye a tomahawk steak or a cowboy ribeye, it's essentially just the ribeye with the bone still attached. I believe those two are the same, a cowboy ribeye and a tomahawk steak. If I'm wrong, you can let me know down in the comments below, but I think they're the same thing. So the first step in this recipe is to salt brine or dry brine your steak for about 24 hours. Putting it in the night before will do just as well, but I like to do for about 24 hours. So you're gonna need a cookie sheet and a plate to put under the cookie sheet. Then put your steak on top and cover the steak with salt. Now the thicker your cut of steak is, the more salt it can handle. Now what we're doing in this process is giving the salt time to soak into the meat and penetrate the meat, so you have a good salt profile all throughout each bite. So after 24 hours or in the next morning when you're ready to cook, when you pull that steak out of the fridge, it should look a darker, richer red. That's a good indication that you were able to absorb some of that salt. Like most of you, I typically stick with just salt and pepper on my steaks, but this Kinder's Prime Steak Rub caught my eye when I was at the store, so I picked it up. It says it has truffles and black garlic seasoning inside of it, and that's what caught my attention. So today, I'm gonna be using this Kinder's Prime Steak Rub on my cowboy ribeye. You're going to want to coat both the top and the bottom, and don't forget to coat the sides as well. Okay, so my plan is to reverse sear this ribeye, so I'm gonna be putting it in my smoker. I didn't catch video of this part, but it's gonna go in the smoker at 225 degrees. I'm putting it in the coldest spot of my smoker. If you want a quick way to tell which are your cold and your hot spots, you can check out this video right here. Essentially, you're just using bread to determine the hot spots of your smoker. But I'm gonna go ahead and put my cowboy ribeye or my tomahawk steak and the cooler end of my smoker. It's smoking at 225 degrees with hickory pellets. I'm gonna smoke for about 25 minutes or so on one side, and then just flip the steak over for another 20 to 25 minutes. The idea there is just kind of get it evenly cooked, even though I'm not cooking it to completion. Now I'm gonna bring this steak to about 120 degrees internal temp, at which point I'll take it over to the flame broiler portion of my Pit Boss pellet smoker and give it a nice crisp. So the key for me while developing a sear is to be not constantly, but often flipping over, right? If you leave your steak in one position and sear that side completely, you're gonna have uneven cooking through the rest of the steak. So I like to keep mine steak down searing for about a minute or two, maybe 3 minutes, and then I'll flip it and do the other side, and then I'll flip it to one of its edges and sear that side. And every once in a while, I'll take my temperature probe and check for temperature. Now I'm shooting for medium rare. You could be shooting for rare or well done if you want, you know, to each his own. But I'm shooting for about 130 to 135 internal. That's when I'll be able to pull it off and let it rest before I eat it. So after about a total of 10 minutes or so of searing, I hit that 130 internal mark. It's time to let the steak rest. Now I gotta be honest with you guys, this thing looked so good that I forgot to take any pictures of it when I cut it open, but it was a beautiful medium rare, and that rub was delicious on it. I highly recommend this Prime Steak Rub from Kinder's or Kinders. It's really, really good. Thanks for watching guys, we'll catch you next time.